So y'all understand who y'all is according to the scriptures? So what's y'all nationality? Hispanic. But what the Bible say we is? What the Bible say you are? Israelite, right? So everybody was paying attention. So give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12 before y'all go, because it's more than just knowing that we the people of God, you know what I'm saying? And we all come from the same man. We got to know what God requires of us, right? So read that real quick. Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel.
It says now Israel, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? That's us, right? Read that.
What doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So it says, what does God require of us, right? Read it.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
So he wants us to fear him, right? Read.
To walk in all his ways.
Read.
And to love him. And to serve the Lord thy God.
So this is how we serve God. Read.
With all thy heart and with all thy soul. To keep the commandments of the Lord.
So it said we got to keep God's commandments. It's cool that, okay, we know who we are, but what does God really want from us, right? Give me 1 Samuel 15 and 22. Let me show you how real quick. We got to keep God's commandments because that's the reason, all the stuff he just explained to you, that's the reason why we ended up in that condition, because we turned against our God. See what I'm saying? The Lord don't deal with no other nation. It's clear. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, everywhere in the world that we are, our communities look the same. We all going through the same type of oppression. That right there lets you know that God don't love everybody. He don't deal with everybody. See what I'm saying? So, but watch me read it.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15 and verse 22. And Samuel said, have the Lord his great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices.
So we know that they used to do burnt offerings and sacrifices and stuff like that. But Christ came and he became that ultimate sacrifice for us. Right? Read.
As in obeying the voice of the Lord, behold, to obey is better than sacrifice.
So the Lord always wanted us to just obey him. Since we didn't, we went through all those atrocities. Our names were changed. See what I'm saying? Like the brother explained to you. We always on the bottom. See what I'm saying? We get the scraps of the rest of the world. So what we got to, and that's because we disobeyed God's laws, right? So let's get into some laws that we should keep to get back right with the Most High God. Because until we get right, he gonna continue to turn his back on us. He literally turned his back on us. You see what I'm saying? Go to before you get there, go to Judith 5 and 20. When we right with the Lord, I'm gonna show you how he deal with us when we right with him. Because he already showed you how he deal with us when we go contrary to his word, right? So let me show you, if we in faith with God, then I'm gonna show you how he will deal with us. Read that.
It's the book of Judah, chapter 5 and verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people.
So the people that it's talking about is us. This is our history right here. The people that he's talking about is us, right? Read.
And they sin against their God.
So if we in error and we sinned against God, then this stuff happened to us. Our names changed. He allowed the other nations to come against us and put yokes of iron on our neck. You see what I'm saying? Put us on slave ships. You see what I mean? Come over here and where y'all was at originally and take your land and put up borders and tell you, hey, listen, stay on this side. All that stuff is of the other Lord because we broke his commandments, right? So when he dealing with us, this is what happened.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
So it's our ruin when we go against God, right? That's a ruin. He ruined us, right? He allowed that to happen because think about it. The other nations ain't stronger than us. They ain't smarter than us. We invented everything over here. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we invented everything over here. You see what I'm saying? Everything you look at, we invented it. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? They on top because we went against God. But read that.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity.
But if there's no iniquity with God's people, what happened? That iniquity means sin. If ain't no error with us, this is how God would deal with us. Read.
In their nation, let my Lord not pass by.
So we said, hey, leave them alone. Right? Read.
Lest their Lord defend them.
Our God will defend us if we keep his commandments. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's important for us to do it. There's no other way out for us. You see what I'm saying? In these last days, the Lord is pushing us into a corner to come back to him. He is forcing us to come back to him. Go to Hosea 5 and 15. Because right now, they still got our babies down there on the border in concentration camps. Our so-called Hispanic and Latin brothers, they still down there. You see what I'm saying? What's going on? You know what I mean? Like that don't happen to nobody else. We come from one part of our land to another part of our land, trying to do better for ourselves, and y'all throwing us in cages, separating us from our children. You see what I'm saying? This happened to us because we gotta obey God. When we right with God, God will defend us against stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? Read that right there.
It's the book of Hosea, chapter 5, and verse 15. I will go and return to my place.
So God said he gonna go and return to his place because of our iniquities, because we offended him, right?
Till they acknowledge their offense.
He want us to acknowledge our offense against him. So he gonna go and he ain't gonna deal with us. He gonna turn his back on us until we acknowledge that we sinned against him. We acknowledge that our sisters don't dress like they should. Our brothers don't dress like they should. We not eating what we supposed to eat according to the Bible. We not keeping the holidays that we supposed to keep according to the Bible. You see what I'm saying? He said, until they acknowledge their offense, I'm gonna turn my back on them. Read.
In their affliction, they will seek me earth.
So when something bad happens, what's the first thing we say? It don't matter who he is, black, Hispanic, we all the same. Something bad happened, oh my God. It's the first thing we say. He said, in our affliction, we gonna seek him early. So let's learn about the Sabbath day, right? Read that.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verse 8.
So remember, this is the stuff I'm about to go over. Like I said, learning your nationality, learning who you are is important. But remember, the Lord let this happen to us because we broke his commandments. So that right there is very important. We got to keep his commandments. We have no other choice, right? Read that.
Remember the Sabbath day.
He said, remember the Sabbath day. You know why he said that? Because we was going to forget in slavery. They was going to make us forget in slavery. Y'all familiar with any of the slave movies from back in the day when they was beating Kunta Kinte and stuff like that, and they was hanging y'all up by the 13th. You know they did that because it was 12 disciples, and then you had Paul as apostle, right? I mean, he went out to teach the Gentiles. So they did that because of that reason. It's on here, right here. Look, this right here. They did this to our people on this side of the land before they came and got us and did that to us. You see what I'm saying? They said, remember the Sabbath day. They did all that stuff because if we didn't want to learn this, they white Jesus and they cross they came with, a lot of us rebelled against it. That's why they did that. If we didn't want to learn it, they would do stuff like this to make us forget who we are. We'll be so scared we want to teach it to our kids. You see what I'm saying? That's why the Lord say, do what?
Remember the Sabbath day.
Because they beat it out of us. They cut off our hands. They did all type of treacherous things to us to make us forget God's laws because they understand if they go against their God, then we can rule this earth. We can rule them. You see what I'm saying? So Lord said, remember the Sabbath day. This is a commandment that we got to keep. Read that.
To keep it holy. 6 days shall thou labor and do all thy work.
So just like God, you know, he made the whole entire world in 6 days, right? So he said, my children, y'all do the same thing. 6 days, get all your business out the way, right? Read.
But the Sabbath day.
But that 7th day of the week, read.
Is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
It belongs to God, and we got to keep it holy. So now how do we do that? Go to Exodus 35, and what you got? You got it? 35 and 3. So these are some things that we have to keep. This is how we keep God's Sabbath day holy. There's certain stuff we have to do. Read that.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 35, and verse 3. Ye shall kindle no fire.
So it says we shall kindle no fire. That's going into cooking, right? Get the precepts, 16:23. It says don't kindle no fire. Going into cooking hot food. We can eat, you know what I'm saying, but just don't cook hot food, right? Read this. 16:23. Yeah.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 16, and verse 23. And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord have said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath.
So it's the Sabbath. We talking about the Sabbath, right? He said tomorrow. So it's either Thursday night going into Friday day, and The next day is the Sabbath, right? Read.
Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which ye shall bake today, and see that ye will see, and that which remaineth over, lay up for you to be kept until the morning.
So if you do got like some chicken or anything you cook prior to the Sabbath, you lay it over, because Friday night to Saturday night, you can't eat no hot food. So that it's going into preparation right there. Or you can just make you a salad, or you can just make you a sandwich, you know what I'm saying? But these are things we have to do to keep God's laws holy.
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is